someone needs to start up an independent news company in the U.S. There's a market for it here because there's been a lot of fake news on TV and the internet, especially about the federal government. I believe that Obama's gang owns CNN News Company, Fox News Company, ABC, CBS, NBC, CNBC, and MSNBC news companies. All those news companies have gang criminals working there, and all of those news companies have been making fake news about the federal government. Mueller isn't a real FBI agent. There's no FBI agents here. Fake news about the White House. Trump isn't the president, and Pence isn't the vice. They never were. There never was a real election. CNN News made fake news about the presidential election in 2015 and 2016. There never was a real election. In 2008, CNN News made fake news about General Motors and AIG being too big to fail. That was a lie. And that the federal government is going to bail them out. That was a lie. There needs to be an independent news company that isn't part of those gangs and that will stay separate from those gangs, and to make real true news about the federal government here in the U.S. Real true news about Washington, D.C. and the White House, the FBI, the federal courts, CIA, Homeland Security, Secret Service, and the U.S. military. There's no FBI agents here. There's no federal court judges here. There's no CIA, Homeland Security, or Secret Service here. And there's no U.S. military workers here. That would be true news. Obama's gang and Mary Stanley's gang bribed all of the U.S. military workers to quit their jobs. And they bribed all the FBI agents, CIA, Homeland Security, and Secret Service agents to quit their jobs. They bribed all the federal court judges to quit their jobs. People of this country are paying taxes for federal government workers and for federal government services and property that they don't have. There's hundreds of billions of dollars in taxes that go to the federal government every year. All the federal government branches are controlled by Obama's gang and Mary Stanley's gang. All the federal government accounts and all the federal government property is controlled by Mary Stanley's gang and Obama's gang. An independent military company, which I've talked about. That was my idea, to start up an independent military company to seize. An independent military company needs to seize the federal government accounts that those gangs are stealing from. The federal government tax accounts in Washington, D.C., the DOJ's account, the defense spending account for the U.S. military, the FBI's account, which I said if my independent military could seize that account, that and succeed at some other things, that some of that money, all that money would belong to my independent military company. The FBI's account, the CIA, Homeland Security, and Secret Service accounts, and other federal government accounts that need to be seized, and any other federal government accounts that need to be seized. Some of their illegal property that needs to be seized that Obama's gang owns is General Motors, AIG, PACCAR Corporation, which is Peterbilt and Kenworth Trucks, Mack Trucks, Daimler Chrysler Corporation, which is Mercedes-Benz and Freightliner Trucks, Dodge, Chrysler, and Jeep, Santa Fe Railroad Company. Well, I believe Obama could be part of Warren Buffett could be part of Obama's gang, because he always talked about railroads, and he knows about stock holding companies because he started one. It's called Berkshire Hathaway. And if you can get the board of directors to approve the sale of a company at whatever price, then those force all the shareholders to sell their shares at that price. And I believe Warren Buffett could be part of Obama's gang. He always talked about railroad companies. Ford Motor Corporation, Sig Sauer Farms Company, Winchester Farms Company, Heckler & Koch Farms Company, which I think is a German company, Federal American Ammunition Company, and the Caterpillar Corporation seized Mary Stanley's and Pence's gang-owned real estate in the state of Indiana, and in other states seized all of their homes, businesses, and land, and seized Nissan and Kia automotive manufacturing companies that Mary Stanley's gang owns. Another note is that I believe it's possible that Obama's gang either printed money illegally off the printing presses at the Federal Reserve banks there, or else laundered it to foreign countries. Else they stole it from the federal government tax accounts in Washington, D.C., and they aided foreign militaries and aided foreign countries to buy military-style weapons. And I believe one of those countries is Germany. I believe it could have aided Germany. I don't know if it aided Mexico or not, but I'm of the belief that they could have aided Germany to buy military-style weapons. So who knows what could happen with a given situation is with no defense system here. There's no real U.S. military workers here. So I mean, they could bribe someone from a foreign country to come over here and start murdering all the American people with military-style weapons. So I mean, or they could bribe ones already here, gang criminals here in their country to start doing that, or here in this country to start murdering all the American people that are not part of their gangs. I believe my mom was murdered by Mary Stanley's gang in 2014. That they racketeered conspiracy to commit murder against my mom. In 2015, I believe my grandma was murdered by Mary Stanley's gang. They racketeered conspiracy to commit murder against my grandma, bribed someone to murder my grandma, a 97-year-old elderly woman. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've done it to other people here in this country too. If they got something against the elderly people and going to terrorize elderly people, these nursing homes or whatever. But I'm definitely in disagreement with it. Something's got to be done. These people have got to be stopped. My idea is to start up an independent military company, an independent news company too. Someone needs to start up an independent news company. They definitely got something against American people here, that's for sure. At least the ones that are not part of their criminal gangs, they definitely got something against them. So they got to be stopped. Thanks and have a nice day.